to Winning Isn't Easy. Let's talk about REM sleep disorders, dementia, Parkinson's, and your ERISA disability claim. Did you know that every night you go through 4 to 5 sleep cycles that last 90 to 110 minutes? Each cycle has 4 stages, and one of the most important stages of sleep is called REM. During REM, your brain rhythms are like those you have when you're awake. Your muscles will lose tone, so it's hard to move, and your eyes are closed, but they can move quickly. Your respiratory rate and blood pressure fluctuate. For some of us, REM is not so peaceful, but rather it's a bit of a battle, and that's known as a REM sleep disorder. People act out violently during REM, and they'll shout, they'll scream, they'll punch, they'll even fall out of bed. 60% of people with REM sleep disorders actually injure themselves. So what's the link between REM sleep disorders, dementia, and Parkinson's, and how can that give rise to an ERISA disability claim? REM sleep disorders have been associated with Parkinson's, multiple system atrophy, and dementia. In fact, did you know that REM sleep disorder is seen in 25 to 58% of those who have Parkinson's, and 70 to 80% of those people who have dementias, specifically Lewy body dementia. So how does all of this play into an ERISA disability insurance claim? Now, assuming you have an ERISA disability insurance policy or plan, there can be 2 bases for a claim. And first is the severity of the REM sleep disorder, and the second are any injuries sustained during an episode. Each individually and in combination can be the basis of a claim. Now, more often than not, I find that it's the combination of the REM sleep disorder and Parkinson's or multiple system atrophy or dementia that are the basis of the claim. Obviously, if you have a restless sleep disorder, REM sleepless disorder, the disability carrier is going to want to see the diagnosis of that corroborated by your diagnostic studies and, of course, the history of your symptoms. If you've got Parkinson's, they'll also want to see the diagnosis of Parkinson's and the objective diagnosis. But we want to go about filing a claim or dealing with a termination of benefits by establishing the relationship between each. We want to talk about the Parkinson's, we want to talk about the REM, but we also want to talk about the combination of those and how it impacts your ability to do your own or any occupation. I think that in select cases, neurocognitive testing can also be helpful to document the impact of the REM sleep disorder and the impact of Parkinson's from a cognitive standpoint. Now, if you've been injured as a result of a fall, you fell out of bed and, herniated a disc in your neck or dislocated your shoulder, obviously that should be part of any disability claim, particularly if you've got permanent complications. It's not necessarily that they be tied together. It can help, but I will pursue these kinds of claims on the basis of the REM sleep disorder, any complications such as Parkinson's or dementia individually, and then croutons on top of the soup, if you will, are going to be bringing in any physical conditions or injuries caused by the REM sleep disorder. You can see we're putting this together in a nice picture for the disability carrier. I hope you understand the complexity of all of these different types of medical conditions and how disability carriers can play games with policy terms, the proof that they're required, ongoing medical treatment. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode of Winning Isn't Easy. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like our page, leave a review, share it with your families and friends. And of course, subscribe. That way you're going to be notified every time a new episode comes out. Please tune in next week for another insightful episode of Winning Isn't Easy. Thanks.
Are you a professional with questions about your individual disability policy? You need the Disability Insurance Claim Survival Guide for Professionals. This book gives you a comprehensive understanding of your disability policy, with tips and to-dos regarding your disability application that will assist you in submitting a winning disability application. This is one you won't want to miss. For the next 24 hours, we are giving away free copies of the Disability Insurance Claim Survival Guide for Professionals. Order yours today at disabilityclaimsforprofessionals.com.